We are on the verge of a golden era for Aston Martin, pioneered by a trio of mid-engine cars. These cars will be the first mid-engined hypercars and supercars to have come out of the Aston Martin factory. We have the Vanquish, which is looking to take on the best from McLaren, Ferrari and Lamborghini, the Valhalla seeking to be the more road-biased sibling to the Valkyrie, and the Valkyrie, which is looking to massacre the Le Mans 24-hour field come 2021, as well as facing off with the AMG Project 1. But although these are the first mid-engined Astons we'll see make it to production, if you delve into their history, you will find the company nearly took the plunge more than 20 years ago. Let me explain. Back in the 1990s, Aston Martin were looking for a new sports car. Tom Walkinshaw Racing was establishing itself in the road car space after taking Group C Jags to victory at Le Mans. They'd created the Nissan R390, the Jaguar XJR15 and the XJ220, and Aston was to be its next customer. After acquiring a young Ian Callum onto the design team, the TWR lads set about designing what would become the DB7, a design that still looks stunning to this day. Callum and his team did such a good job that a new project was slid into the TWR design house, building a mid-engine sports car to take on Ferrari and replace the old Virage-based bulky Vantage. The Italians had stuck to front-engine layouts for its GT cars and mid-engine layouts for its sports cars, and Aston wanted a piece of that cake to differentiate a new car from the DB7. Ian Callum began the project, codenamed AM305, to create what would be the next Aston Martin Vantage, and this is what he came up with. Like most of his designs, the body is compact with sumptuous proportions. There's that iconic Aston grille, as well as a wing that looks like it was inspired by the F40. You could say it is roughly a DB7 with an engine transplant. This beautiful AM305 creation would have gone on to battle against the Ferrari 360, Porsche 911 and Lamborghini Gallardo, potentially being released between 2003 and 2005 if it wasn't for Dr. Ulrich Betz. Betz would go on to be the CEO of Aston Martin until 2013 and brought the company out of a nasty financial situation, but he did not take to the original Callum Vantage design at all. A British car should not be mid-engined, he said, and told Ian to go back to the drawing board. So what did he do? He cut the engine out, stuck it at the front, elongated the bonnet so the V8 would fit, and boom, he created what would become the Vantage of the early 2000s. That car endured for 12 years and had some incredibly cool variants like the V12 Vantage S, the GT8 and numerous successful racing cars. That design would last from 2005 until 2017, when Aston finally brought out the new Vantage that we know today. Ian Callum would soon leave Aston after designing the Vanquish and most of the DB9, switching over the road to Jaguar, where he went on to pen the XK, F-Type, CX-75 and many other incredibly beautiful cars. He has now started his own design house and has kicked things off by tweaking his original Vanquish design called the Vanquish 25. Considering his backlog, expect big things from his startup in the next few years. Now, the Vantage went on to become the backbone of Aston's range, so it's difficult to argue that the mid-engine car would have been the better choice. But there's probably a part of all of us that wishes this sports car had come to fruition, preceding the Valkyrie, Valhalla and Vanquish by nearly 20 years. What do you guys think? Should Aston have gone mid-engined back then, or was it right to stick with the Vantage that we ended up with? Tell us in the comments below.